So then, we're joined by Grace Taranto. Grace, welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Will. Very excited to be here and yeah, keen to see what you've got to ask.
So, your time at South Melbourne as a junior is well known. In those early years of your footballing career, what stands out the strongest in terms of your memories?
Well, I think the best thing for me was just the environment at South and like from a young age, it was just such a great club to be a part of, just all the coaches and players. And I played with the boys in my junior years and I think just the way they treated me was so beautiful and it was always so lovely coming to training and being able to just play a game that was so much fun with my best friends. And yeah, the coaches, I think my coach back then was Sasha. And yeah, he was really great. And of course, being the only girl on the team, you always kind of feel a bit like, I don't know, you are a girl in an all boys teams, but I always felt so included by the environment at South. And yeah, it was great. It was, yeah, some of the best years of my football. I really loved it.
Of course, building up towards playing junior football requires a foundation. How did you first fall in love with the game?
Well, I actually, no one in my family ever played soccer. So it was when I was in about year one, my two best friends, Paddy Bain and Will Longhurst, we all joined Brighton Soccer Club and we started playing there and we played together for ages and we all made the transition to South together. So I'd say those two boys who are still my good friends, they really helped me develop a love and passion for the game. So really grateful for that friendship and yeah, they were awesome.
While you've spent a number of years now gaining senior minutes at both emerging and Berlin, it is with South this year that you've surpassed your 50th appearance mark within the MPLW. What would
Wow,
you
I didn't
consider?
even know.
Yeah, goes quickly. So, what would you consider
Goes quickly.
your biggest achievement so far in playing MPLW football?
That's a good question. I guess I just have felt my confidence build over the years, and I guess just getting more experience, you really kind of develop an understanding of the game when you just kind of are getting those minutes. So, yeah, I think it's probably a accomplishment that's happened like over a long period of time. But right now, I'm just so happy with my football. I'm in a place where I just really, really love it. I feel confident. Game day is like my favorite day of the week. So I think in regards to that, I would just say it's kind of yeah, it's just been a great experience being able to play with those older players as well and learn from them. And yeah, I think my biggest accomplishment would just be kind of where I am now, like still more than ever loving the game and so excited whenever I get the chance to play football.
Now, while the route wasn't entirely direct, transitioning from a South junior to a senior is without a doubt a massive step. As it feel once again to represent the Hellas community?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great feeling. And I think when you're a junior, you do play it because it's just the absolute, like, it's just you love getting out there and playing. You've got your parents to drop you off, and they're kind of the ones who are organized for you, and your main thing is just playing. But I think being now in a professional senior team environment, it's more like this kind of is something I want to make my career out of. So putting in all the extra the one percenters and making sure I'm at training on time, putting in the work, making sure I'm doing recovery, and yeah, doing everything I can to perform my best and help the team, and yeah, just really give back to the Hellas community because they've given me so much.
Being represented by a sporting talent agency are very common throughout football, but also indeed sports more broadly. What advice would you give to young athletes who might one day gain affiliation with an agency?
Well, I am very lucky. I am just so grateful for Kick Talent Management for being the agency who support me with Dean and Paul. I guess the best thing with the talent agency is just making sure it's a professional relationship, but you also want to feel comfortable with them and be able to approach them about anything. Like you just need to make sure you have a good relationship with them and it's two-way. Dean and Paul are always so kind to me and they're always calling in on me and checking in on me, and I know they have quite a few talents they work with. So the fact that they put effort into every single relationship they have is the best thing, and you want to be with someone who is supporting you and wants the best for you and not just themselves. So I think just making sure you're comfortable with your manager, and yeah, just making sure they are someone you can approach day or night about any single thing, and just yeah, making sure it's a two-way relationship and not just one person benefiting.
While those in positions like yourself ultimately come to inspire younger players, who would you consider to be your own greatest sporting inspiration?
That's a good question. I've recently been watching the film King Richard, and just which is Serena and Venus Williams' dad, and I just think those two girls, even though they're tennis players and not soccer, I just think they're amazing. Their love for the sport and their commitment and just the way they lead and inspire is something I'd hope to emulate. And yeah, I think they're really great, powerful women, and yeah, I'd like to lead a similar pathway like them.
This summer just gone, you spent time involved with the Adelaide United A-League women's setup. How would you describe your experiences in not only playing with the National League, but also interstate?
Yeah, traveling to Adelaide for the A League season was just a highlight for me. I'd just finished school, so getting to kind of move into state was a big opportunity for me. And yeah, the whole Adelaide United community was just incredible. They made me feel so welcome, so comfortable, and I just felt myself, especially with the 2 years prior having like just absolute lockdowns in Melbourne. I probably wasn't my fittest going over there, but they just made sure they put all their time and effort into helping every single player in the squad. So I really felt myself benefit, and the girls were just incredible. The coaching staff, there was a person for everything. So yeah, it was a really great experience, and I'm so lucky to have been able to partake in that. And yeah, I'm really grateful to United for all the lessons they taught me and experience they gave me. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Given the opportunity, would you like to once again play interstate?
Yeah, I really would. I think A League is a great opportunity to develop experience and confidence playing against, I guess, the best footballers in Australia. And I think as a young person, that's kind of just my biggest goal, to just give myself every opportunity I can to progress in football. And I think A League is a great way to do that. You can learn from so many people. And yeah, just such a great opportunity playing with like-minded girls, and yeah, just really making kind of a career out of football. And yeah, so I would love the opportunity to represent another A League team in the upcoming season if I'm lucky enough.
In a similar vein, would you like to join the migration of Australian footballers playing throughout the various European leagues?
Yeah, it's something I've definitely thought about. And I would be interested in the European leagues are amazing. So I guess if I can do everything I can in Australia, I do love Australia though, and I love playing here. I just love everything about Australia. I think it's a great country, and yeah, all my family and friends are here. But I think once I'm at that level where I can participate in the European leagues, it would definitely be something I'd be interested in, and taking the next step, kind of going abroad and learning what other countries have to show. And I guess it's just such a big part of their lifestyle over their football. So would be an amazing experience.
As well as playing interstate, you've also played for the national team. Can you take us through your experiences in representing Australia?
Yeah, so that happened. I can't really remember. That was probably 2017, I think, the first camp call up I had, and it was always a bit nervous going into that environment because it is a national team setup. And the first competition we were kind of trialing for was the qualifiers in Kyrgyzstan, and I actually didn't make it into that team, so I was a bit sad, as you are, but it just kind of was a driver and made me more determined to work hard. And luckily, the girls actually passed that stage. So I was then back in camp for the next round, which was the actual championship in Laos. Um, and I made that camp, and I traveled over there with them, and it was just amazing being in a team where we all traveled together, we're all staying together. It was my first real professional experience in football, and just made me so, yeah, I just loved it. I loved being a part of a team, and we were all so close. The coaches were amazing. I learned so much, and yeah, it really taught me how to be a professional within the soccer environment. So yeah, after that, there was also a Pacific tour that the Junior Matildas did where we traveled to Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, and Tonga. And unfortunately, I actually broke my foot in the in one of the trainings before we traveled, but I was still lucky enough to go across with them. And I think that was probably one of the greatest trips because even though I wasn't playing football, I learned so much from an outside perspective, being able to look in on what soccer means to so many communities worldwide, and just it's a universal language just like sport. And yeah, you really see how it brings communities together, and it was an amazing experience. And I'm actually grateful I had the opportunity to um, not play, but just look in on it all, and it gave me a really big love for the game because you really see how it brings people together, and yeah, it was amazing.
With the World Cup coming down under next year, what do you think the tournament will do for players like yourself, potentially pushing towards a position within the senior Matilda setup?
Oh well, it is a dream to play in a World Cup, especially one at home. It would be incredible, but I just think it's going to do so much for Australia and women's football. Um, it's really, really exciting. It'll bring a lot to Australia, and I think it's just going to inspire so many people. And yeah, it's just going to change football forever in Australia. And I hope, as a country, we really kind of go to the effort to advertise it and make it something really special because it is an incredible thing that is coming. So yeah.
Speaking of the World Cup, Lakeside is set to be one of the hosts for the competing nations. Are there any countries you would like to see competing firstly in the tournament, but also potentially training down at South?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think just watching any team from overseas would be incredible. I think there's a lot to learn from every individual country and the way they do things. So I think watching Japan train would be incredible. I think they've got such determination and skill, and just I think I could learn a lot from them. Brazil would be incredible. Just yeah, there's so many countries that I would really love to see, and just seeing a few and how it's all different and how each team trains differently. And yeah, I think that would probably be, yeah, just watching anyone would be a great opportunity.
As we are now firmly on the way throughout the season, having reached the second trimester of the league, firstly, what do you think we've done best as a team so far this year?
Well, I think anyone could say this, but I just think our team's resilience has been incredible, and um, yeah, it's really amazing to see a team who wasn't winning the first few matches to turn around and now have a winning streak is really great. Just we didn't drop our heads. We didn't think, okay, this is just the way it is this season. We knew that we knew what we were capable of, and yeah, we really wanted to show everyone that we are so willing to just do everything to get to the top of the table. And it looks like we're on our way up, and we're not going to stop, and we're not going to be happy until we hit first place. So we're going to keep pushing and showing our resilience and determination. But yeah, the girls are just so amazing, and we all really work well together. So I think, yeah, I just think it's a great team to be a part of. And yeah, just our mentality's there, our physicality's there, and yeah, I think I think we're doing really well.
Have you found yourself meeting any personal footballing goals so far this year?
For me, I think main thing is just really work on my fitness. I think I'm okay at endurance, but I really want to get fast, just especially in that wing back position and being able to get up and down. And I think that can really harm other teams. So I really want to make sure my physicality and being able to hit those sprints and get back in time is something I'm really working on. At the start of the season, playing in centre back, I think was really beneficial for me, just being able to work on my composure and kind of being that absolute last line of defense, you really have to be composed and just have like be sensible in what you do. And I think that's really important and something that I needed to work on. And just knowing when to go forward and when to play at recycle the ball. So yeah, I think my main thing is just kind of focusing on yeah, just a bit of everything, focusing on the physical side and then also the technical and tactical, and just learning kind of how to be the best footballer I can be.
While our results this season have been at times uncomfortably mixed, how far do you think that this team can reach come the end of 2022?
Yeah, well, I have no doubt that we can get to the top of the ladder. We're all so willing to do everything it takes and putting in, yeah, just all the one percenters. And yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that we can get to the top because we are such a strong team. Um, and yeah, I don't think anything can really stop us when we put our mind to it. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting rest of the season, and I can't wait to see what's on the tables for us.
Beyond football, what do you most enjoy doing?
Oh, well, I really love nature. I love going to the beach, going for walks, spending time outdoors. I've been really into kind of getting into surfing recently, which is cool. Learnt a bit in Adelaide, which is heaps of fun, but it's getting a bit cold now, so just got to get my wetsuit and get aboard. But yeah, I really love spending time by the ocean, going for swims, just spending time with my friends, my family, just kind of making sure I take time to really enjoy those things in life and not just work every day, and just taking the time to, yeah, just get the most out of every day. And yeah, that's my main interest.
Do you have any major life goals beyond playing football?
Yeah, well, I'm interested in studying paramedicine, and I know there's a few other players in the team who are doing that. And I just think long term, becoming a paramedic and making a career out of that would be really special, and something that I'm really passionate about. If not, I also really love, yeah, like I said, I love nature, so I really want to make an impact and be an advocate for climate and yeah, just animal rights. So if I can just work hard and try influence other people and provide them with the right education for them to make informed decisions, I think I would be very happy in life if I could achieve that.
Given that there's so many Torontos in the league, do you think there's something to that?
I'm not sure. It might just be a common name, it might be a coincidence, but yeah, how many are there? There's about three.
I mean, you've got the twins at Calder. I'm
Yeah, the
pretty sure I've seen other
twins.
Torontos in the there's a book of stats and all there. So I've seen a few
Yeah,
others.
I'm
It's
not sure
weirdly
what it is.
high.
It's weirdly high. It's probably the most common name in the league, come to think of it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we're all related deep down. But yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know. Just gotta do everything I can to become the best Taranto, I guess.
As we enter the heart of winter, only the bravest of the brave carry on wearing shorts by choice.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many Melburnians refuse to wear a warm pair of trackies in such bitter weather?
I have no clue. I saw something today that is apparently if you wear like multiple layers on the top half of your body, the bottom half doesn't matter. It could be just to show a bit of bravery and just to be like, oh, just separate you from the rest, which I do respect because it is a commitment. I've always applauded myself being able to handle the cold, but this winter has hit different. Like I've started having to wear my trackies at training, and yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like this winter is probably the coldest I've ever experienced in Melbourne. So if people are going out there wearing shorts, good on you. But yeah, it's a tough one. I don't think I could do it.
From Quidditch to ferret legging, extreme ironing to triple jump, humanity has created some rather bizarre sporting pursuits. Though, if you had the means to add any less traditional competitive pastimes to the Olympics, what would you add?
I'm not sure. The Olympics have added some awesome new events, like the skateboarding's incredible, definitely deserves to be there. I heard they're gonna start like orientating in the Olympics. I'm not sure. I'd have a think about that one, but I'm sure we could create some crazy events that would be in the Olympics and require some serious skill. So I'm not sure. Um, I don't know, maybe like extreme temperatures, who can handle the cold the best, like cold water temperatures, something like that could be impressive. It would be hard, but I guess, yeah, who can swim in the coldest water, stuff like that could be interesting. But yeah, I'm not sure. That's an interesting question. I'm gonna have a think about that one.
Finally, life can be incredibly frustrating, and so to utilize more emotionally empowered words are often a must. So then,
Mm.
Grace Taranto, what is your favourite swear word?
My favorite swear word. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I don't know. They're all pretty good in the moment when you just need to get a release. I feel like swearing's a good way to it's a good way to kind of just release your emotions, as long as it's not, I try not to direct it at other people, but more as just use it as a release. I don't know. I feel like the F word's probably just a solid one, just short and quick, and yeah, gets the frustration out. So that's probably my go-to when you stub your toe or I don't know, bump into a wall. That's always the one that comes out first for me, I reckon.
Thank you for joining us, and yeah,
Thank you so much for having me. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Will.